Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Hannah and I am a perfectly imperfect scribble artist. You may have recognized my artwork from TikTok. Go check me out on there if you're not following me. Otherwise, I don't want to keep this intro too long. I just want to go over the supplies that we'll need for this perfectly imperfect cacti tutorial that I will be doing for you today. This is going to be what your finished piece will look like, and I'm just going to go over quickly what you need to get here. First things first, you're gonna need some thick paper. I recommend watercolor paper, otherwise mixed media paper is gonna be completely fine. As long as it's thick so your paint doesn't bleed through the paper and your pen won't tear it, you'll be good to go. Next, you're gonna need some watercolors. This is a really good set that I recommend. It's from Michaels and it's about $5. I'll link it in the description below. You can use whatever watercolor paint you want. This one's just really nice because it comes with 36 colors and it's super affordable. You'll also want a brush and a jar of water and a paper towel to go along with this. Lastly, I recommend using my glass dip pen kit. You can purchase these from my website or other various places on the internet as well, but I recommend the one that I saw, obviously. This is what it looks like. It's a fun pen to use. Highly recommend. I have a lot of tutorials on how to use the pen as well. But if you don't have a glass dip pen, don't worry. You don't need it for this drawing. You can use a Sharpie or any ballpoint pen. You're just going to want to make sure that your painting is completely dry before you use any other kind of ink over the top of it. First, we're going to start off by drawing a very simple, basic cactus. You're going to take your paint and just paint a straight up and down line, and then a little curvy line coming up here, and a curvy line coming up here. This is your cactus. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just the rough shape, because we're going to be going in and adding more detail later with our pen. And then you're also going to want to choose a color for the pot. I chose pink, and that's just going to be a rough square shape at the base of your cactus, like that. Now you can either wait for the paint to dry, or you can take a paper towel and dry off the paint. I like to use a paper towel because I think it leaves a fun little pattern, and I'm also impatient and don't like to sit and wait for my paint to dry. But you can do whatever you prefer. Next, we're going to take our glass dip pen, just dip it in your jar of ink. And you don't have to use a glass dip pen if you don't want to. I just prefer to. Again, it's totally up to you what art supplies you use, but these are the ones that I like. We're going to start by drawing a big oval around the center of your cactus, going over it a couple times. And then a curved oval, if you will, for the arms of the cactus here and here. Next, we're going to do the pot. We're going to start by drawing a thin rectangle at the top here, and then a square that kind of angles in at the bottom down here. Lastly, we're going to go through and add the prickly things on the cactus, just tiny little dashes all over. You can make them longer if you want. It kind of depends on what the look it is that you're going for. And lastly, I like to add a little bit of character to my pieces of artwork. So I'm going to go in and add my signature little dots and squiggles that I add to all of the pieces of artwork that I make. It's a fun way to show some uniqueness in your artwork. And it's a good signature. People can tell that it's my artwork when they see the dots and the squiggles. Lastly, don't forget to sign it because you just made a beautiful piece of artwork. Next, we're going to be drawing a different type of cactus. So again, we're going to start with our green paint, but this time we're going to go for a circle on the paper like this, and then another circle slightly off center right here. I'm going to take some pink paint and add a little flower like there. And for this one, I decided to go with a blue pot for it to be sitting in. Again, you don't have to dry it off with a paper towel if you don't want to, but I do like to do that. But go for it however you prefer. Again, we're going to take our glass dip pen. We're going to start with a circle around the big section of the cactus and a circle around the small section of the cactus. And then for the flower, just gonna make some squiggles here, just like that. And we have our little flower. And then the long rectangle for the top of the pot, and the square trapezoid kind of shape for the bottom of the pot. Again, I like to go in, add my dots and my squiggles. And don't forget the little prickly things on the cactus for your finishing touch. And again, don't forget to sign it because you just made a beautiful piece of artwork. If you're putting these all into one single piece of artwork, you wouldn't have to sign it each time unless you want to. Whatever floats your boat. For the last cactus of our 3 cactus series, we're going to start with 3 different elongated shapes, just like this. And for this one, I decided to go with a purple pot. Had to add a little extra pigment there. And again, don't dry it off if you don't want to, but I do like the texture that the paper towel leaves. And we're gonna grab our glass dip pen and go in and draw a circle around all 3 parts of the cactus. And the pot, we have the long rectangle at the top and the square trapezoid shape at the bottom. Now for these 3 little cacti, we're going to add some more lines just like this, almost like vertical stripes. And then we're going to go in and add their prickly things. I'm going to make them less random for these ones, almost as if they go straight up and down. It makes kind of a relaxing sound too with the glass dip pen, which is kind of fun. I'm just doing a couple like columns worth of prickly things on here, just up and down until they're full. And last but not least, you got to add some character to your piece, so I'll add my signature dots and some squiggles. And again, don't forget to sign it because you just made a beautiful piece of artwork. Thanks for watching and following along with my tutorial. I'd love to see what you came up with if you want to tag me on Instagram. My Instagram is @designedbyhannah. I would love to see everything that you all came up with. Don't forget to like this video, comment what you want me to draw next, and subscribe for more tutorials just like this.